Hello. I know it's been a while, mainly because like life stuff, but also like laziness. But mainly life stuff. Uh, but on March the 7th, I floated an idea that I've had for about a year to a friend about a video, and they said it was a phenomenal idea. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it, and I started working on it. Um, and one of the biggest setbacks was one of the things that took the longest was literally trying to find out how to do it. Everyone knows I'm not a big editor. I don't do editing. I'm not one of those creators. Like, if I could be fucking Adam McIntyre where I just hold up my little iPad while I talk about shit, like, great. But I'm not one of those editing creators. So I had to figure out a way to do it. Um, and eventually I found Speechify. And you guys will find out exactly why Speechify was such a help in this. And I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. You'll find out soon, unless you're watching this late. So, but anyways, I'm making this video to explain the process. Really, what I did is I made the Destiny Report by Mr. Girl into an audiobook, basically. So, and it took me a long time to find out how to do this. Like, there's actually a whole full-on reading of the entire article on my other channel that's private. Like, you're never gonna see that. Because and then I went in, I uploaded it, and then I went in and I was time stamping the parts that I needed to edit out while I was at work, and then I was like, yeah, no, this is stupid. It was a horrible idea. So then I was like, well, I need something that I can like copy and paste. Like, let's find a way to, because there was the whole like print, PDF, save the PDF, where you can save the web page to PDF. And then it had Adobe, but then like Adobe Pro sucks. Okay. Because like it just so many issues just editing a copy and pasted thing. And it has a lot of great features that none of them work. So, I settled on a Google Doc. And once that happened, the easiest part about all of this was really just going in, cutting out the transcripts. Because what I did was, instead of him reading out what was said, I just played the audio clips. Thank you, Mr. Girl, for including the audio clips. Now, I did not ask Mr. Girl for permission, mainly because even if he had said no, I was going to do it anyway. So, Mr. Girl, I hope you don't take this down. There was a lot while going through, because I did basically go through this article while I was editing it all together, and there's a lot that I feel flew under the radar when it came to Destiny. A lot that I think people need to see. Like, people, when Mr. Girl made this article, like March 25th, 2023, almost 2 years ago, nobody really paid much attention to it because it was a lot. It's a lot to read. And even after you put in, he put in the audio clips, it's still a lot to read. And then, even then, people were like, make it into a video, make it into a video. And nobody ever did. Which also brings me to my next point. If you have any criticisms about my audio or my editing or anything, or any issues that pop up from my editing, fuck you. Okay. I don't care. I would have loved a more competent person, a bigger channel to do this. Like Chud Logic, yes, he went through it, but even that's a lot to go through, because he's, of course, giving his commentary in between. And not to mention, I don't think he stands by a lot of his commentary that he made back then. So this needed to be done. Just the article, the way Mr. Girl intended it to be received. I do want to say that I did include chapters, okay? In the description, right at the top, before everything else that I usually put in, I put the chapters. I don't know if YouTube will do the chapters for me as well, but there are chapters so that if you wanted to go through and look at different parts or switch through or whatnot, it's there. Okay? So I tried to make it as digestible as possible. Which is why I did not edit out pretty much everything's still the same, except for instead of the transcripts being typed out, it's the audio clips that go with it. There were some audio clips that I thought were missing, like where he just had the transcript of it, like a summary of what was said, and I was like, no, 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 no. We're not doing that. We're going to include the whole thing, because I knew where these audio clips were, where these things happened. And so mainly in the lab section. And so I included it. But there was a lot that while I was going through it, I was like, basically, there are points where Destiny basically admits to doing what he's being exposed for doing now years ago. And I understand, like, the people didn't read Mr. Girl's article because they didn't care. It was just a lot. And so really just Chud Logic went through it all. But at that time, he was an orbiter. So he wasn't like I don't know. I didn't watch that part of Chud's content at that time. So I don't know if Chud is fair was still a thing then. But yeah, nobody's done this. And I feel like I've made it as digestible as I can. I did have to edit out some of the Nick Fuentes clips. Like, there's a risk that there be issues with this video on my channel. Like, this video itself might cause issues with my channel, but if I had included all of those Nick Fuentes clips, it would have guaranteed been an issue for my channel. So I did cut out. I didn't cut out all of it. I cut out parts of it. And I promise you that it does not take away from Mr. Girl's point about Nick Fuentes. I promise you it does not take away. That man is insane. So anyways, I also thought about making the Destiny report by Mr. Girl into Premiere, because I thought it would be funny to see, like, every once in a while, because you know how it has the live chat, every once in a while someone like type in and like, what the fuck, or just to see what people say while they watch, you know, if they watch, because who knows, maybe this will just fly completely under the radar, like Mr. Girl's report. But I hope it doesn't. I hope even if it gets 500 views, and at least one person or like a few people who didn't know or are on the fence right now when it comes to Destiny, even if just a few people get to hear these things and maybe switch, and it's enough to get them over that fence, I think that's enough for me, and I hope that's enough for you. Because I didn't really do this to like revive a dead channel. I didn't do this for views. I mean, money would be great, but I'm really doing this because I've wanted it for the last year. People asked for it 2 years ago, and my friend said it was a phenomenal idea. So anyways, if you have notifications on, and if you're watching this as it's available, the Destiny report by Mr. Girl should be available right now.